I went down to the grocery store to get in. I had to pay a dime or more. I hadn't yet begun to start when I had to pay the rent on the shopping cart. Deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-dum-dee-dum. Well, I let the kids loose on the floor, and they ran around for a while or more, till the manager with a broken smile said it's $1 down and a quarter in out. Deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-dum-dee-dum-dum. I was down in the freezer upon my knees. Somebody was yelling that the price got freeze. There was a riding mob, a strangling hold. I received the feel for the escaping cold. Deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-deedly-dum. It was about this time that I was going insane. I went and picked the kids up in the other lane, put back the food and ran out of the store. I ain't going back to that place no more. Deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-deedly-dum. Well, I'm telling the truth now, I don't fear. I don't mind no woman's lip, but if my woman don't want to go down to the store, your family isn't gonna eat no more. Deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-dum-de-dum-dum. I mean, deedly-dum, deedly-dum, deedly-deedly-dum. Oh, the time will come up when the winds will stop, and the breeze will cease to be a breather, like the stillness in the wind before the hurricane begins. The hour when the ship comes in, and the sea will split, and the ships will hit, and the shoreline sands will be shaking, and the tide will sound, and the waves will pound, and the morning will be breaking. Oh, the fishes will laugh as they swim out of the path, and the seagulls, they'll be a-smiling, and the rocks on the sand will proudly stand. The hour that the ship comes in, and the words that are used for to get the ship confused will not be understood as they're spoken. Oh, the chains of the sea will have busted in the night, and be buried at the bottom of the ocean. This song will lift as the mainsail shifts, and the boat drifts out to the shoreline, and the sun will respect every face on the deck. The hour that the ship comes in, and the sands will roll out a carpet of gold for your weary toes to be touching. ship, wise men will remind you once again that the whole wide world is watching. The foes will rise with the sleep still in their eyes, and they'll jerk from their beds and think they're dreaming, and they'll pinch themselves and squeal, and they'll know that it's for real. The hour when the ship comes in, and then they'll raise their hands saying we'll meet all your demands, and we'll shout from the mouth, your days are numbered. And like Pharaoh's triumph, they'll be drowned at any time. Like Goliath, they'll be conquered. Like the tree that grows so tall, leaves turn gold and then they fall. They've gone down, but now they've grown. They're going home. Mountain streams may run and flow, clean the sand on which they go, stretching down like it had known. It's going home. Sunrise early in the dawn slips away, and then it's gone. Leaves the night to carry on while it's going home. Once a man, he lived and died. What he said, death could not hide, even though it's often tried. But he was going home. Now, my friends, it's time to go, and this love will live to grow, and I want you all to know I'm going home.
A few years ago, took the whole family, a lot of friends, and we did a little tour to raise some money for some of the musicians down in New Orleans and lost everything during the Katrina disaster. And I was interested in that because I bought a place. Well, the last time I made some money, which was, I think, the first time, bought an old Coast Guard station down in Sebastian here in Florida, you know, one of these projects we've been working on over 20 years, you know. And we just about had it done, finally, and a couple of hurricanes, remember when the two of them come by in that 1 week or something, took that sucker down. And I was in a fight at the time with the Army Corps of Engineers or something, you know, and so I couldn't get any insurance, and so it was a total wash. So I knew what these guys were in for down in New Orleans. And I was glued to the TV. That's the new feature of the modern disaster, is that you could have millions of people watching along with you on the TV. And so I was just watching that thing. I was out there in the Gulf, and it was saying it's getting big and bad, nasty, day after day. And finally it gets to New Orleans, it's all that and more. And that's just a natural part of the disaster. Then come the man-made part. That goes on for days, weeks, months. But there's only so much disaster you can be watching, you know, on TV. And so at any rate, we decided we was going to do a little tour and help, you know, some of the musicians down there, our sort of partners in crime, as it were. And one of the groups that came with us, we did a few weeks out there on the road. There were different artists coming in and out, but one of the groups that stayed with us the whole time was a group of sisters from Ithaca, New York. And we had a great time with those guys, the Burns sisters, and I told them, I said, the next time we get a chance, you guys got to come out with me. We got to sing together. And so finally, for this whole tour, which started back in October last year, we've been working together. And so would you welcome on stage from Ithaca, New York, Jeannie, Annie, and Marie Burns. Hi, guys. Here's an old song from New Orleans. I thought it'd be a good idea on that tour to do at least one song that came from there, and I knew two. This is one of them. It was down in old Joe's barroom at the corner by the square. The drinks were served as usual, and the usual crowd was there. Now on my left stood Big Joe Kennedy. His eyes were bloodshot red, and as he looked at the gang around him, these were the very words he said. I went down to the St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fast. 17 cold black horses hitched to a rubber-tired hack. 7 girls going to the graveyard, only 6 of them are coming back. Well, let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She may search this wide world over and never find another man like me. when I die, just bury me in my high-top Stetson hat. Place a $20 gold piece on my watch chain to let the Lord know I died standing pat. I want 6 crap shooters for my pallbearer, a chorus girl to sing me a song, place a jazz band on my hearse way, just to raise hell as we roll along. But now that you've heard my story, I'll take another shot of booze. And if anyone here should ask you, I've got the gambler's blues.
Beneath this balcony of stars, beyond the searchlight stage where we've become the stuff of time amid the waves, whose nets are cast along the shore when day is done. As the seabird flies above, my songs are sung to those I've come to love. The petals strung into the lace, the flowering of days I've just begun. A second chance to grasp a dance beneath the last ray setting of the sun. Tears along the trail of sand, footprints in the water, lead me back to who I am. Where gods and goddesses decreed, the mountains raised up from beneath the seas, the sound of sovereign thrones above the hand-tied bureaucrat who moans. This crazy love amazes me as I just gaze into your eyes. The liquid sun is spilled upon the sea. I wanna be where I can see the moon arise. A second chance to grasp a dance before the moment fades to summarize. Tears along the trail of sand, footprints in the water, lead me back to who I am. Stretch of sand, reduced to just a woman and a man, bathed in the lunar light, the likes of which I might just understand. Among the myths I know are real, the goddess disguised as herself revealed. I sang her song out loud, she set herself beside me in the crowd. A second chance to grasp a dance into the moment that she would allow. Tears along the trail of sand, footprints in the water, lead me back to who I am. She brings me water, and I dream in the evening that she brings me wine. Just a poor man's daughter from Puerto Penasco, Evangelina in old Mexico. There's a great hot desert south of Mexicali, and if you don't have water, then you better not go. Tequila won't get you across the desert to Evangelina in old Mexico. And the fire I feel for the woman I love is driving me insane, knowing she's waiting and I just can't get there. Lord only knows that I've racked my brain to try and find a way to see that woman in old Mexico. A kind man
that guarded the border. He said, you don't have papers, but I'll let you go. I can tell that you love her by the look in your eyes now. She's the rose of the desert in old Mexico. Just can't get there. Lord only knows that I've racked my brain to try and find a way to see that woman in old Mexico. And I dream in the morning that she brings me water, and I dream in the evening that she brings me wine. Just a poor man's daughter from Puerto Peñasco, Evangelina in old Mexico. There's a great hot desert south of Mexicali, and if you don't have water, then you better not go. Tequila won't get you across the desert to Evangelina in old Mexico. She's the rose of the desert in old Mexico.
From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathways a while. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy who loved you so true. I've been thinking a long time, my darling, of the sweet words you never would say. Now at last must my fond hopes all vanish, for they say you are going away. Do you think of the valley you're leaving? Oh, how true.
I stood on the Atlantic Ocean, the wide Pacific shore, through between the flowing mountains to the South Belle by the door. She's long, tall, and handsome, loved by one and all. She's a modern combination called the Wabash Cannonball. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar. She glides along the woodland, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engines, hear the lonesome hobos fall, traveling through the jungles on the Wabash Cannonball. The eastern states at Andes, so the western people say. From New York to St. Louis and Chicago by the way. Through the hills of Minnesota where the rippling waters fall. No chances can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar. She glides along the woodland, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of angels, hear the lonesome hobos fall, traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Here's to Daddy Claxton, may his name forever stand. Will he be remembered through parts of all our land? His earthly race is over, the curtain round him falls. He'll carry him on to victory on the Wabash Cannonball. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar. She glides along the woodland, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of angels, hear the lonesome hobos snore, traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball.
Beginning to sound like a drive-through. Here we go. About 35 years ago, my father wrote a song about an outlaw by the name of Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd was a bank robber back in a place in the country, and at a time in the country when he was not the worst of disasters. There was all kinds of dust storms. It was floating around entire estates, wiping up farms, and Banks was ending up with a lot of farms. And though nobody considered Pretty Boy Floyd to be exactly a philanthropist, he wasn't exactly considered to be an outlaw either, in the sense that he was redistributing farms in the form of cash throughout the countryside. Stories were told about him, and legends grew up, songs were wrote, and this is one of them. If you'll gather round, my children, a story I will tell about Pretty Boy Floyd the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. It was in the town of Shawnee on a Saturday afternoon. His wife beside him in his wagon, as in the town they rode. Their deputy sheriff approached them in a manner rather rude, using vulgar words of language, and his wife she overheard. Pretty Boy grabbed a log chain and the deputy grabbed a gun, and in the fight that followed, he laid that deputy down. You know, he took to the trees and timber, and he lived a life of shame. Every crime in Oklahoma was added to his name. You know, he took to the trees and timbers on the Canadian River shore, but the outlaw found a welcome at many a farmer's door. You know, there's many a starving farmer, yes, the same old story told, how the outlaw paid their mortgage and saved that little home. And others tell you of a stranger who had come to beg a meal, and underneath his napkin left $1,000 bill. It was in Oklahoma City, yes, it was on a Christmas Day. Come a whole carload of groceries with a letter that did say, you say that I'm an outlaw, yes, you say that I'm a thief. Well, here's a Christmas dinner, 'cause the family's on relief. You know, it's through this world I've rambled, I've seen lots of funny men. Some are rob you with a 6-gun, and some with a fountain pen. But it's through your life you ramble, yes, and it's through your life you roam. You won't ever see an outlaw drive a family from their home. T.h.r.i.e, Now we don't have cold weather, it never snows or rains. This is where the sun shines best, out on the western plains. Some of the boys are gone away, but they will be back soon. 'Cause it's roundup time way out west when the cactus is in bloom. Yodelidee-lodelay, yodelidee-lo-tee. Daylight comes and the cowhands yell, they call out every man. Throw my saddle on my old cow horse, I drink my coffee from a can. Sun goes down on the cattle trail and I'm gazing at